another episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Buggy, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Yes, we are back. The best sports show on the planet. Gas presents sports for the culture. I'm excited to get into this episode, man. We're gonna get into some good topics, some betting advice, some fantasy football advice, and then we're going to might even get into some Fury and Ngannou, a little bit of boxing. As always, I got the dream team with me. Let me start with my my guy on the bottom screen. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey, it's your boy, and I'm the saddest New York fan of all time. I don't like the Knicks, so fuck them. But it sucks to be a Yankees fan and to see the Rangers win. And at this point, I know the football guys are just like letting it rain. Eventually, the storm will pass. Daniel Jones is not going to be my quarterback next year, and we can finally officially start a decent rebuild. Not just with a new quarterback, but my head coach got it. I believe in these guys, and I guess I'm gonna become a what's Caleb Williams fan now. Even though I'm so iffy about him, I'm not much of a big fan, but the love ain't there just yet. I gotta see him do a little bit more at the end of the season.
Well, you over here wishing on a star, boy. Daniel Jones will be your quarterback next year. All right, buddy, get used to it. Him and his torn ACL will be on your roster, okay? He'll be back about week 9 to 10. He'll be back on that field for y'all.
As a backup.
Yeah, all right, we'll see about that, buddy. Top right, introduce yourself.
T-Boogie, man, y'all know what it is.
Hey, that was a strong-ass salute. I like it.
Give it a drop. I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Fresh off Halloween. Gas Elite AU coach. Wash hands. Y'all know what it is. Hey, let's get into it, man.
Yo, hey, man, you bring up something, bro. It got me thinking. Did any interesting happenings during Halloween? I know Halloween was always a time something crazy seemed to happen. Did you, I know you was trick-or-treating, doing the whole thing. Anything interesting happen?
Nah, the craziest thing I seen was and then I saw it on Twitter and I was like, am I out of the loop? And some high school kids came, you know what I'm saying? My oldest son in middle school, and he was like, he too old to trick or treat. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then the high school kids came, and one of the kids, he's about my height, he was trick or treating with the pillowcase. Bro had the pillowcase half full with candy, and I'm like, dog, the pillowcase. I'm thinking it's wild. I get on Twitter the next day and see like the pillowcase is a thing. Like, did y'all trick or treat with a pillowcase before?
Nah, yes. I had them double plastic bags. All right.
Okay, I'm about to say, did you have the big old plastic pumpkin, my man T?
I did when I was a kid. Yes, sir. Definitely did that one.
I remember that. Yeah.
So you went to the nice neighborhood with the big old candy bars.
No.
The big old candy bars.
This man grew up with money. He felt disgrace.
Hey, hold on. Hey, if y'all pull up to a house and they got the bucket of candy just on the steps, you know what I mean? Like, are y'all going crazy? Are y'all taking all the candy, or are y'all taking a few pieces and leaving some for others?
All right. So that's another thing, right? I grew up in the hood, bro. Nobody did the you know what I'm saying, the big candy bars in a nice neighborhood. No, that's me now. I'm just now seeing the house with the candy on the outside. Like, I never saw that until probably last year in this neighborhood. So you know what I'm saying, I told the kids take one because that's what the sign said. But I don't know what the proper protocol is because I never came across that before. Like,
hey man, I feel like if you dumb enough to leave your whole bucket of candy out there, you deserve to get that whole bucket of candy taken. All right, that's how I feel. A part of me feels like leave one for everybody, but nah, man, you that lazy? You know what I'm saying? If you that lazy, hey, it's like if your package is left on the front steps for 3 weeks. Yeah, if it gets stolen, who cares? I don't care. You know what I mean?
He said 3 weeks ago, Jesus.
I don't care, bro. It deserves to be stolen.
Nowadays, I don't know if you want to take the whole bag of candy or the whole, the whole bundle that's left outside. Or everybody having a Ring camera. Do you want to be that asshole that gets caught and posted up on social media? I've seen that a couple times.
All right, I got a question, yo. So the first year, and this is actually, I'm just now remembering this, but so the first year I lived by myself, right? I was not prepared for no Halloweeners, bro. I was not, or trick-or-treaters, I should say. I was not prepared because I'm in the apartment, bro. I'm not thinking I'm about to get nobody knocking on my door and talking about trick-or-treat, bro. But lo and behold, it was a thing in the complex at the time where, the kids would come around the apartment and knock on doors and expect candy. And let me know if I'm an asshole for this, bro. So kids knock on the door and I look out. I'm like, dog, I guess I could have just not answered in hindsight. I could have just not answered my fucking door. But my lights were on, somebody's home. So I answered the door and I ain't have no candy, bro. But they saying trick or treat, and they got the bags wide open. Like, I'm like, all right, hold up, bro. So I go back to the, to the kitchen. I'm looking, what can I find? And the only acceptable thing that was like packaged, what I'm saying, with some Nutri-Grain bars. So I came back, bro, with the apple cinnamon Nutri-Grain bars and dropped one in each bag. Where them kids looked at me like I was evil, bro. They looked at me like, yo, like I'm surprised they even took it, honestly. They just kept it pushing. I guess they said thank you and kept it pushing, but is that out of pocket, bro?
That's actually all the way out of pocket. I don't know. You can't really toilet paper the apartment, you know what I'm saying? But like, you deserve some sort of punishment for that type of behavior. The Nutri-Grain bar, not only is it not candy, but when you open it, it's going to leave crumbs everywhere. So that was a little disrespectful, if you ask me.
All right, so I've been better off just not answering the door. That'd been a better move.
Yeah, probably. Just turn your lights off and go to bed, old man.
Or you're lucky
apple cinnamon Nutri-Grains are kind of like, they're borderline the dessert though.
No, the fuck they not. Probably someone that goes to the gym and got a strict diet, they can't eat carbs for like 3 weeks, says as a dessert.
A borderline dessert. Yeah, right.
Borderline dessert, man. Borderline sweet, I should say. Not dessert. It's a borderline sweet.
Bro, I got some of them upstairs right now. This how you know they not like they okay, but like they not no damn candy. Bro, one box will last you for like 4 months.
Cap. You mean a whole year?
Don't let it be a Costco box. You be good. You be good.
Exactly. This shit don't go nowhere.
Now, see, I like them joints though, personally.
I like the pinch. You know what I'm saying? I can't grab breakfast. All right, let me grab that just to have something on my stomach. But like for Halloween candy, bro, I remember one time back in the day, we went to somebody's house and they ain't had no candy, so they was like, "Hey, man, just take $1." They gave every kid $1. I thought that was respectable. But that Nutri-Grain is OC.
Listen, $1. Nah, they ain't get no $1 on me. They get Nutri-Grain. They ain't get no $1, man.
Nutri-Grain.
All right, wait. That's my little Halloween story, man. And the wild thing is, I haven't had any trick or treaters. I never had a trick or treater again there. Like, never.
That's wild.
Yeah, this is the first year I was there. I guess they was testing me. Like, let's see what my man got. Maybe they learned their lesson. They was like, we're not going back to Cuz with the Nutri-Grains, bro. That's probably.
You found out your apartment number. They wrote it down on the list. They gave it to all the kids from there on out. You do not visit that house.
It's pretty funny. All right, let's get into it, fellas. Let's talk. Let's do what we do. Let's talk some sports for a minute, man. First game that sticks out to me that I want to touch on from this past Sunday, bro. And I don't really want to focus on the whole game. I really want to get down to the final play. And that was the Cowboys versus the Eagles, man. Who are we blaming for this final play, bro? I mean, I know y'all saw it. Dak Prescott drops back, passes the ball 2 or 3 times, steps in the pocket, backs out the pocket, steps back up in the pocket, delivers a strike to CeeDee Lamb about 1.5 yards, 2 yards short of the end zone. CeeDee isn't able to make an attempt to dive towards the end zone. Game over. There's only like 4 or 5 seconds on the clock. who are we blaming, bro? There's three main culprits in this situation, if you ask me. Number one is Dak Prescott. Obviously, he's the quarterback. He's got the pill. He threw it. 2, CeeDee Lamb, for reasons I'll let you all explain if you believe it's CeeDee Lamb. Or 3, the MFing play caller. I think everyone deserves some blame, but I want to hear who you guys are blaming the most. T, let's start with you.
I'm not blaming nobody for that play call. I'm blaming everybody for the calls that led up to that play call because it was a bunch of nonsense. Seemed like they ain't want to win the game. But for that particular play, I don't know, man. Dak could have threw it in the end zone. I think that's always the quarterback's job if there's one play left to give your guy a chance in the end zone. With that being said, CeeDee Lamb didn't run in the end zone. I'm not sure what he thought he was going to do, but cool. And the play caller, there's no play call for that down and distance unless you got some sort of miracle hook and ladder type situation. I'm not blaming the play caller. The play caller just dials up the best play for the situation. And if you got within a yard, that's not on the play caller. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on Dak. You got to put that ball in the end zone. Have to.
All right. I hear you, G. What you thinking?
I'm gonna blame Jerry Jones. You knew coming into the season, you had a small back that could not punch it into the goal line because he's too undersized. So why not go and pick up a running back? You knew going right before the trade deadline that CeeDee Lamb needs help because Brandon Cook wasn't it, and the rest of those other guys are not helping him at all. So you don't even go out to get a receiver. Try to get a receiver. You know, Devontae Adams, reports came out before the start of the season that he wasn't happy there. You could have at least traded something to get this guy up out of Las Vegas and got yourself two stars in that offense that it needs help. So I gotta blame Jerry Jones on this. This game could have ended because Philly gave up the game with those defensive penalty calls. It was it like 3 back-to-back? They started with only had 47 seconds, and they got all the way to the red zone with 24 seconds left, all because of defensive penalties. That's crazy. And then the offensive lineman jumps offside at the 1 yard line. I can't blame Dak for none of that. If anything, that's when Dak runs the ball and gets him and punches it in. That's one of those plays. But no, offensive line pushes him back. Now they're at the at the 7 at the start of that play or the last play. So at this point, it's like you gotta blame Jerry Jones. You knew you had 2 key flaws. You didn't have your receiving core was sus, and it showed. And then you don't have a big back that could just punch it in. He couldn't get Devin Henry. He could have gotten Josh Jacobs. There were running backs for him to get. And now look at this mess. Dallas could have won that game. So I can't blame Dak because Dak had a hell of a game. He tore up that defense. He tore them up. But at the end of the day, it's like it comes to the ownership. Like Jerry Jones could have gave him some help before the season started and right before the trade deadline. But the man was happy with what he got. And now look at this. I blame the defense, if anything, for not even stopping.
Rob. But we only asking about the very last play right now. And the reason is because
I blame the offense, the offensive line, because the offensive line threw him back.
Okay, so you saying on that last play where the Hail Mary basically, O-line didn't give him enough time.
No, the O-line pushed him back when it was just literally 1 inches.
What play are you talking about, G?
The one when they get to the red zone, when they get at the yard, it was only like two inches before.
Yeah, we talking about the last play.
Yards. The very last play
of the game.
Did I not watch this game correctly? Well, I know I seen Dallas right there at the red zone. And the next thing I seen, and then they get the penalty call on the offensive line. I can't blame Dak for none of that. It's hard for me to blame Dak.
Remember on the last play, Dak threw it to CeeDee Lamb. Dak was on like the 45, maybe like the 40. He threw it to CeeDee Lamb just short of the end zone, and CeeDee didn't get in. And like when I looked at that play, bro, initially I was like blaming Dak because I'm like, bro, you gotta get the ball in the end zone. And then like the more I watch the play, I'm like, bro, CeeDee Lamb, you got to get in the end zone because if you're Dak, you're going to your best player right now, bro. Like I'm not about to throw to nobody else but CD. It's your play to win us the game. And if you're CD to me, it's like if you're gonna go short of the end zone, bro, you better make one hell of an attempt to try to get the ball. Like, bro, the attempt that you make with time expiring, if you don't reach the ball across the end zone, your ass better fumble. Because that means you did everything you could to try to get that ball across the end zone. You feel me? Like, did he fumble?
He fumbled that joint.
Oh, all right, bet. Because, like, to me, it's like he got rocked and it was just over. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just gang tackled him and it was like, I didn't totally like the effort, but it was a strange play, bro. I thought, like, Dak threw it close enough to the goal line that it could have been a touchdown, though. Like, I've seen players get that ball at the 2 from that distance and, you know, find a way to get in the end zone. CD was unable. And now we got to ask the question, bro, about the Eagles. Like, is this Eagles team dominant once again? I feel like I see holes and flaws in them. What do y'all think, man? Are they as good as their record right now?
I think they're absolutely as good as their record. I mean, taking into consideration, I know people are probably looking at the last 2 games like, man, they got lit up by some offenses that aren't even in the top of the league, which is true. But they're division games. I tend not to count division games against teams as much because those teams are familiar with each other. The play callers know each other, that sort of thing. Rivalry games, players always get up for that. So I'm not going to hold that against the Eagles. Eagles still managed to score a ton of points regardless of what their defense is doing. And that tush push is still doing its thing. So it's like you really got to stop them. You got to hold them to 8 yards. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them get 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 is a guaranteed first down every time. So that's still going to be a tough out for anybody. I still think they're dominant. Still probably the toast of the NFC at least, you know what I'm saying, until somebody really dethrones them. Even in their losses, nobody punished them, you know what I'm saying? So I think they still at the top.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say that they're definitely at the top, you know. I think beginning of the season, a lot of people talked about the NFC East taking a step. I mean, not the NFC East, NFC taking a step forward this year as far as like teams being amongst the hierarchy in the NFL. I don't think we've seen that. Like the NFC is still somewhat lackluster. And I do think that the Eagles are the best team in the NFC, but man, they're riddled with holes if you ask me, bro. And I could see them losing. I don't know if I see a Super Bowl run for them this year.
I mean, the thing about the NFC is, right, they don't have the caliber of quarterbacks that the AFC has. You know what I'm saying? The AFC has all the guys, including crowd. You know, NFC, I don't even know who's the top quarterback in the NFC right now. I mean, Purdy, you know what I'm saying? And
probably Hurts.
Yeah, Purdy and Hurts, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of controversy about how both of those guys are playing. So NFC's didn't take the step forward that was anticipated, but I still think NFC's tough. Like, you get to that Super Bowl, it's anybody's game. I'm not automatically giving it to that AFC team.
Nah, no question. I'm with you on that. It's gonna be interesting to see how it shapes up. Yeah, and NFL's got what they want right now, which is like endless teams have a chance at the playoffs right now. Like, there's only like 4 teams that are truly out of it, and those are just like the bottom barrels. You know what I'm saying? Like, but damn near everybody's. If you're not in the playoffs, you got a shot at it. I think the NFL wants that more than anything.
I think that's good for the sport, bro. That's good for fans. You know what I'm saying? My biggest gripe about basketball is certain teams you just watch it for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Because playoffs and championships ain't even a realistic scenario for you. NFL, man, all you got to do is get there and make a run. And if you pay attention, they're trying to make it like hockey. where even if you get in that bottom seed, you get hot, you can get yourself a Super Bowl. Like the seeding doesn't necessarily matter as much. So I kind of like this version of the NFL versus thinking, all right, the Patriots are going back. You know what I'm saying? So
100%, bro. 100%, man. We're gonna see how it shapes. Like we're gonna see how it shapes up. But I couldn't agree more, man. NFL got what they want. Now, things tend to balance themselves out. You know, it's like what goes around comes around type of thing. Where maybe this is just a scenario for now, and maybe we see a situation where a couple teams get top heavy, a couple more teams get kind of weak on the bottom. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden we got the same on NFL, but. I don't know. Right now, it's in a good place, especially for them from a money making standpoint, bro. You got fans invested as long as possible, bro. Most fans of the NFL will be invested fully invested until about week 15, at least, man. Until we start seeing teams mathematically eliminated.
I mean, if you look, man, you got teams like the Cardinals. I mean, I think they just got smoked, but. They were playing teams tough when they had Josh Dobbs, and then Josh Dobbs comes and wins another one. Like this is compelling stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is the best soap opera on TV. You gotta love it. It's an any given Sunday, except if you're a NFC team versus Lamar Jackson, apparently. But outside of that, it's any given Sunday.
Nah, facts. And shout out to Josh Dobbs, bro. Going in there and taking on that job last second and getting it done, man. Josh Dobbs, you officially a baller in my eyes, bro. I feel like Josh Dobbs deserves his team after this year, all right? They love crowning these quarterbacks. Get that man a team for a season, bro.
Not giving him.
He can make happen, man.
Him, Tyrod, it's a couple dogs that just aren't going to get the real shot for whatever. But if he was to get a team, he's in the right spot for it because they trying to get Kirk out of there, but I can't imagine they want to put Dobbs with Jefferson next year.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, man. All right, well, let's keep it pushing, man. Let's jump into some fantasy football real quick, yo. Damn, the good mister, bro, probably shouldn't really be speaking on fantasy football this week, man. I've been getting cranked in all my fantasy football leagues, boy. Like, I'm like 0 for – I think I won 2. I'm like 2 for 6 this week. Had a bad week last week, so I'm on a little skid. But I feel like it's because I haven't been playing the waiver wire as tough as I should. Sometimes, yo, you get fat in these leagues. What I mean by getting fat is you start getting wins. You look at your record, all of a sudden you 6-1, 7-1. You start neglecting that waiver wire. And now you get a couple L's, man, you know. Section 8's never too far, all right, when you're in the big houses, all right? You want to stay in them big houses as long as possible. But, yeah, that's what's happening to me and my fantasy football teams right now, so maybe my advice isn't the best. But a couple players I feel like we should definitely be keeping our eyes open for, especially with trade deadlines coming up in most leagues, man. One player I would say I would try to jump all over right now, if you could. I'm going for Michael Pittman, yo. I like Michael Pittman in fantasy. I like Michael Pittman in betting right now. You know why? Gardner Minshew loves him. All right. And if Gardner Minshew loves him, I definitely like him. And Michael Pittman has been killing it for me recently. And I actually I'm trying to finesse a trade right now where I'm getting rid of George Pickens and trying to bring in Michael Pittman. See if I can get that done.
That's not a bad one because George Pickens, man, disappointing.
It's not his fault, though.
No, it's his
fault.
Absolutely his fault.
I mean, the last week, I guess.
The feet not being in bounds?
That's what.
Yeah, that was his fault.
The lack of targets, though?
But that's his quarterback. His quarterback don't put him in the right position either.
All right. He's definitely not in the right situation, like as far as targets, but also I don't know what he's done to earn that. It's not like everything we throw at him he catches. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we haven't seen him get 10 targets, but I don't even see crazy separation. Maybe Pickens is a separation guy. Maybe he's a
he's not, but yeah, you're right, bro.
Contested catch.
because he looked good during preseason, man. Like the highlight reels were coming in during preseason for him, man. He was looking like a stud. You thought you had the connection there between those two guys, and then the season starts and it's just lackluster. Fuck is up and down.
Nah, thanks, bro.
I don't know, man. Pickens is giving me about the same amount as T. Higgins, and I drafted both of those guys. Except T. Higgins seems like he's all right. George Pickens is I don't understand this. Your teammates score a touchdown, you're not happy for them. Like, I'm not gonna say I don't understand it, but what I'm gonna say is, as a professional, you can't show that during the game. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that's the type of guy. I don't know about his character, but that's the type of guy I would assume just isn't going to be a good locker room guy, man. And it seems like the Steelers are great at drafting great receivers, good receivers, decent receivers with character issues. I mean, Martavius Bryant, Antonio Brown, to George Pickens. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh.
Chase Claypool.
Like, no.
I'm with you though. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I can't agree with that statement because you see AJ Brown. What was it, week 2, week 3, where he had his titty attack against Hurts while he's not getting the ball, and it came out like that. And then look at him. All of a sudden, that boy's been on fire after he had his titty attack on live TV. We saw that shit.
AJ,
like, why am I? Yes.
AJ Brown was a touchdown on that one that Pickens didn't even attempt to drag his feet. I just don't get complaining when the opportunity you did get to score, you didn't make the best of it. I don't get a receiver catching a ball near the sideline and you don't even attempt to drag your feet. Like, this is the pros, bro. This is the big leagues. Like, the little kids that we play football with call it toe drag swag. They even know, and they only got to get one foot in, but they're still trying to tap and get two. So for him to, and I'm a little extra mad because I lost my fantasy weekend. That could have helped me. That certainly could have helped me. Might have put me over the top, actually, if I'm thinking about it mathematically. But to do that and then complain, bro, I could care less. And like what Brooks say, bro, Steelers being 5-3 is crazy, bro. Salute to Tomlin because, bro, you got a terrible quarterback that I never thought was good. Little tiny hands and a diva in the receiving room, and your starting running back is clearly not as talented as your backup running back, but you're playing them anyway. Like, I don't know, man. Steelers are figuring it out and making it happen regardless.
Bro, that's because Mike Tomlin is y'all know I've been saying it since we started this damn show. Mike Tomlin is the best coach in the National Football League. It's been that way for a minute now, all right? But, beginning of the season, I did pick the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. It's looking crazier and crazier, but 5-3, I'll take it for them. They still got a shot at the Super Bowl at 5-3. And I personally would buy low on Pickens right now, especially if you're in a dynasty league, man. I still like the long-term outlook on George Pickens. And in a dynasty league, if you could pry George Pickens for a second-round pick, third-round pick, I think you won that deal. That's something I would look into. And in fact, might see if I can get George Pickens up off somebody in our dynasty league this week.
KP Skywalker.
Hey, shout out to KP Skywalker though, man. Possibly the best young artist in the DMV right now.
I'm not a fan of his music, but I appreciate the fact. I appreciate the fact that he's using beats that I can relate to, and he's not talking about shoot and kill every other bar. So yeah, shout out to KP Skywalker. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep listening, and maybe it'll win me over, but it don't.
Have you heard Granny House?
Yes, I heard all them joints.
Granny House go crazy,
bro. Yeah, I mean, when you rapping on certain beats, that's always gonna strike a chord.
Granny House go crazy. That one right there, I don't listen to him too heavy, but that one right there, man, I say, yeah, my boy got one with this one. But shout out to KP Skywalker, man.
I'm not a slow flow guy myself, you know what I'm saying?
I feel it. My man said he needs Twister.
He
want Twister. All right.
Mister, I don't want Busta Rhymes and Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? I like a comfy medium. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Hey, you know what? This reminds me of one of our segments, man. I'm about to bring it back right now. One of our recurring segments, yo. Once upon a time, T, we decided that James Harden is the rap game. What, man?
Who did we say Harden was the rap game? I can't even remember, bro. Who did we say Harden was the rap version of?
Yeah, we said Harden was the rap game.
I can't remember.
Damn, I'm drawing a blank on that now too. But I want to give another one. I want to have another episode of Rap Game Blank, yo. We did, yo. Facts. We said Harden was
Yes.
facts. We said Harden was the rap game Meek Mill, bro. Facts. And that stands, bro. James Harden is the rap game Meek Mill, bro.
Shout out to Brooks.
Shout out to Brooks for that, 100%, dog. Now I got a new player, Brooks. I want to hear what you got on this one too, man. Who is the rap game equivalent of Ant Davis? And you know how this goes, bro. I need the breakdowns. I need the explanations. Don't just give me no rapper's name without no words behind it, bro. I need a statement on whoever you give me right now. Ant Davis is the rap game blank. Let's hear it, man.
See, the first one to come to my mind, I don't want to say because I feel like I'm giving him too much credit. But Ant Davis is that's a good one. I don't know, bro. Is there an equivalent for?
All right, let's start thinking about what it got to be though. It got to be somebody
They
falls off for a reason that is their own doing. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie. He can't be another basketball player.
You're right.
Yo, Ant Davis is the NBA version of Kyrie. But I feel you though.
Both of them guaranteed to miss a ton of games, but
no, they are.
No.
Like it got for Ant Davis, it got to be somebody that's like, and then like, yo, who in the rap game just be like randomly disappearing for something that we know is their fault, and then they just be back, or maybe not their fault, but like.
That's a tough one, bro. Like in a rap game, if you Ant Davis, like people not gonna give you that many opportunities. Like Kendrick was the first one that came.
Ant Davis, the rap game, Kendrick Lamar.
But
I can't give him that.
He's like Rick Ross. They had a great year, early year. Now they're like the tail end of the careers, and it's just
Gee, that mic, man.
That don't sound like you're underwater right now.
Boy, you on that Titanic sub. What they call that? What was that joint? The Titan or something? Can't hear you, G. Oh, and the sub imploded. Oh, he back.
No, we can't hear you right now, G.
No audio.
Oh, damn, bro. I'm telling you, Ant Davis is somebody in the rap game, though, dog.
Probably Diddy or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't give him Kendrick though. I can't give him Kendrick.
I can't because Kendrick, at least when he come around, Kendrick gonna put up numbers. Ant Davis might come around and do nothing, then get hurt. I don't know, bro. We got Playboy.
Ant Davis gonna win a chip if you put him with LeBron though.
Playboy Cardi, I see where you going with that.
Who is the guy where if like you put him with somebody, it's a chip? You know what I'm saying? Like, who is that? Is he like the rap game 21 Savage?
To me, maybe because I think 21 Savage is completely overrated.
Yo, Ant Davis, I'm not even with the overrated part, but Ant Davis might be the rap game 21 Savage. Because remember 21, every once in a while, I feel like 21 got to sit down for a second. he had to jump with the England joke. You know, man, he was out the game for a minute. Come back and be out the game for a minute. It's kind of reminded me of Ant Davis. But if you put him with a LeBron, in this case Drake, you know what I'm saying? That's a platinum hit. Put him with a Future, that's a platinum hit, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't argue that.
I don't hate this one. I don't hate Ant Davis, Playboy Cardi. I don't know if I'm ready to lock that in, but I don't hate that though, because I don't feel like I feel like we haven't hit the nail on the head with Ant Davis yet.
Nah, we need to get at
guards.
points and then create like a little graphic.
No, I'm gonna create something. We're gonna keep a little running list of Meek Mill. James Harden is the rap game. Meek Mill. That's the name of this segment, and we're gonna keep ironing these out, man.
I don't think you can call him Meek Mills. He's more like Wale.
James Harden? Nah, bro. When we figured that one out that day, there was no question in anybody's mind when we left that James Harden was indeed the rap game.
James Harden's been ass. He's been garbage. Look, he left after he left the Rockets. It's just been a downhill spiral for him. Same thing with Wale.
No, Wale has been very consistent.
To what? To whom? To you guys in DC?
No, I mean, it depends on what you like, I suppose, but ability, song making hasn't fallen off. Maybe the direction and sound of music has changed, but Wale's pretty consistent.
Does that not sound like James Harden? Direction of how he plays ball?
Wale don't have no ring, but I can see that. But I think Meek, because Meek gonna make an ass out of himself, and Harden will too. You know what I'm saying? Harden,
but then they'll both ball out, and you be like, all right, you can get away with it one more time, dog.
Yeah, just one more chance.
Like when my man say, I'm not a system player, I am the system. It's like, all right, bro. And then you go see him do something crazy, and you like, okay, you might be a system.
Yo, let's break down that comment, because I thought that was mad interesting, bro. Like, I'm not I am a system. And I thought about it, I'm like, bro, he's right. But if you are a system and I have Kawhi, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook, do I need you to be a system? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dog. But what did y'all think about that? And what do you like? TU was going into a little bit, but keep elaborating. What do you think he meant fully with that?
So, I'm pretty sure he meant, like, I'm not about to be out here setting screens, running around off the ball, going through plays, cutting back door, things like that. Things that you would expect from role players outside of Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying, oh, bro, the offense should run through him. He just came from a situation where he had to share the ball, share time with Embiid. Like, I think he feels like he was at his best and teams are at their best when the offense runs through him. And a case could be made that it could be true in the regular season. Didn't hold much weight in the playoffs, though. But I think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah. G, did you hear that comment, G? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I didn't think so much of it after his first game back against the Knicks. They fucking lose. All he scores is 17 points. I don't want to hear that shit. The fuck? That shit just sounds a bunch of kapowie, a bunch of confetti in the air with no celebration. The fuck? It was mediocre. It was super mediocre. I mean, look, he lost. That's a game we all thought that the Knicks should have gotten blown out. We get.
That's the problem, bro. The problem is if you are a system, like, it doesn't make space for guys to fit into your system. And you're playing with guys of similar talent and ability. I thought it was crazy to bring Harden in. I'm not sure why you want Harden and Westbrook on the same team. Like, it's insane to me. But I don't know. Maybe the Clippers are on to something. I think they on to figuring out they need to trade somebody by the trade deadline. But I guess we get to watch this little experiment.
They made Julius Randle look like a star again. After we all said Julius Randle should never be the first or the second option. I don't know. The Clippers are the Clippers. They are who we thought they were.
They out there to sell tickets, man. The Lakers are the Lake Show, so the Clippers are trying to sell as many tickets as they can. Harden is a good name to have in LA.
Yeah, well, Harden is a good name to have in LA. Former MVP. I won't count against them. I wouldn't bet against them figuring it out over there. But speaking of former MVPs, man, one thing I wanted to touch on really quick before we move off the NBA are some of these prop bets, man. Starting off with NBA MVP, which I feel like is an interesting bet you could to place right now. Because I feel like the odds are all over the place right now, man. So let's look at this real quick. MVP winner odds. Right now, we've got Nikola Jokic leading the way for the MVP.
Plus
at
what?
Plus 270 on FanDuel.
As he should.
Yeah. I don't know though, man. I mean, he should, but plus 300. I'm sorry. Okay, he's plus 300. We'll go with the DraftKings. We'll go with DraftKings odds. So plus 300 for Jokic, plus 425 for Doncic, plus 750 for Jason Tatum. I feel like that's the sweet spot if you're gonna bet this. Tatum looking serious. Celtics haven't lost yet, and Tatum looked like a man on a mission so far this season. To tease,
my guy, bro.
I know that's your guy.
That's pure basketball right there. But Jokic, I saw a tweet that said,
It was Greek the Freak. What is that on Greek the Freak?
Greek the Freak, you've got plus 1,200. It's a good bet right now.
Nah, that's that. I can't see them giving another MVP to Giannis. Just in general. Plus, with Dame there, it's gonna be tough to kind of get some of them same scoring numbers at least.
Yeah, good point.
Dame is not even a little bit. He's pretty ball dominant. So I think Tatum, like you said, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That looks like the sweet spot. And honestly, I feel like this is one of those bets where you should probably split up your money and take your two favorites. And I would go with Tatum at plus 750 and Steph Curry at plus 1,000. Man, Steph Curry off to a hot start. I think for Steph Curry, winning MVP this year is really going to be dependent on hitting that 62-game marker. You know what I'm saying? Can he stay healthy for 62? I feel like Tatum's kind of proven he can do that consistently.
I mean, you should throw some money at both of those. That's not a bad bet. I feel like the NBA isn't going to give MVP to a foreigner again. I just politics wise, I don't think they'll do it again.
I mean, I don't think voters are going to give it to Tatum either.
I mean, you run the risk of, I don't know. I like to feed into a little bit of conspiracy. I think the NBA is leaning way too much into the Euro game. And I think that I think USA in general is kind of looking bad on the world stage. So we kind of need an American MVP to kind of balance the equation a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We needed a Rocky to counter that Drago. Tatum could be, he's young enough, but also Steph could have his the last final season. Steph might be the way to go, bro. Now, the more I think about it, if this was a movie, and you wrote the script, you'd write Steph in.
What's Steph stat line so far? What is he averaging?
I mean, I know he was the player of the week last week, or was it player of the month for the first month? Whatever it was, I think it was player of the month. He won it. So Steph's off to a hot start, man. He's looking like, they looking ready. He's looking ready over there. We'll see where it takes him, but I like that. I like Steph's odds at plus 1,000 right now. I'm jumping.
See,
actually,
I don't like Tatum's odds just for the simple fact, come February, that's where he falls off. It never fails.
Falls off
To the point where he steps back and he plays Jaylen Brown become the guy. It always happens around February and March. Like around that point is like, you don't know. We're always iffy about Boston going into the playoffs. Like, can they take that extra leap to go to the finals? Like, we know they could go to the conference finals, but can they go to the finals?
I mean, they got my man Drew there now, proven winner. They can do it. They could do it. Nothing's coming out of Philly. They can do it.
Of course not.
The East is there for the taking.
What teams?
It's Boston. Boston
Boston?
is there for Boston to take.
Not even you guys. You're a Bucks fan. You don't think you guys can take that shit?
I mean, sure, but I don't know. The trade off from offense to defense isn't something that I would have did, but maybe it'll figure itself out. But the Bucks are one of the worst teams defensively, and it's not a coincidence.
All right, so look, one more question, yo, with these odds, man. This is one I think is gonna really come down to the wire right here. Rookie of the year, NBA Rookie of the Year, man. And obviously, I know everyone thinks it's gonna be Wembanyama, but there is one man who seems to have something to say about that, and that is young.
We're not having this Ben Simmons shit again.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons set his first official rookie year because of injury.
Yes, exactly.
Now,
Chet Holmgren has something to say about this, boys. And if we really looking at the numbers, deep dive, Chet Holmgren's having a better season than Wembanyama so far.
That's getting more opportunity as well.
More opportunity for what? They get the same opportunity.
No,
he didn't. Chad had a whole. He played the summer league until the last game where he got hurt, and then from there on, he had 2 summers to come to his so-called rookie year.
Bro, he a rookie, bro. It is what it is, bro.
I don't count that as being a rookie. If you've
I
had
don't make the rules though. You got it. The rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules, but what I'm speaking to is in game, bro. I'm watching Sochan, Vassell, and Keldon put up shots like Wembanyama is a rookie. I'm watching them boys.
Bro, you know what Chet Holmgren averages like 5 shots a game? He plays on a team with all guards, bro.
He does not average 5 shots.
Okay, not 5 shots a game. I'm exaggerating. But he plays on a team that's all guards, bro. Like, Chet Holmgren getting clean up buckets.
Josh Giddey about passing Chet the ball, man. Like, I check the process. They go ahead. I mean, that's gonna be interesting. No matter who wins or loses between those two, like that's the new school, right? We're gonna see them 2 names for a long time.
Yep. And remember, y'all know y'all remember when I came out the gate. I was calling Chet White KD. Everybody was like, "Nah, bro, you crazy. He ain't nothing like him. He ain't gonna be that. He ain't gonna be that nice." Hey, bro.
He's not white.
Bro, the man's white KD. He just got a little more blocks in his bag. All right. The man is white KD. He's just a little slowed down. He's not as fast as KD. We know this. But the games are comparable. The skill set's comparable. And Chet is the only thing in Wembanyama's way, bro. And shout out to Chet for that. Because if not, Wembanyama about to run off crazy chips. All right, but Chet ain't gonna let that happen, bro.
I feel like the
voters are gonna get it right this time, bro. When last time you saw how the public got upset when Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year. None of us thought he should have won it that year.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come down to they're gonna give it to Wamba. They're gonna give it to Victor.
Chet Holmgren only attempting 6 2-point attempts a game with 3.7 3-point attempts. So only 10 attempts a game for Chet Holmgren, bro. That's pretty low. That's pretty low for what he's averaging, dog.
What's Wembanyama?
You know Wembanyama putting them shots up, man. He might not be putting them up crazy though. I've only seen 2 Wembanyama games, so I'm on the bullshit.
I was gonna say he's not putting them up crazy, but he's getting his shots. They're feeding them towards the end of the game. That's what I've seen so far. Like down the stretch. Big games, yeah. And I was gonna say that's the difference to me. I don't know how great Chet could be, but Wembanyama's upside seems to be drastically higher than every other rookie.
See, Wembanyama's taking 16 shots a game. Oh, I'm sorry, 15 a game.
Okay, so I was wrong. I thought
Chet's taking 10.
I thought Chet was taking more.
And Wembanyama's only averaging 1.5 points more than Chet. I'm sorry, 2 points more on 5 more shots. Bruh, Chet Holmgren, man, that man is an anomaly, bruh. And he might be.
No, he's not.
Okay. I've been trying to tell people this since Gonzaga helped. If Gonzaga let Chet go, they'd have a championship to show for it right now. But they didn't let him go. OKC is letting that boy go. And he's got nothing but point guards around him. Natural point guards. Not maybe they're not playing point guard, but OKC got 3 or 4 natural point guards that are consistently in that lineup. And Chet is going to be the beneficiary of that for a very long time, man. I really do love what the Thunder are doing, bro. I really love what they're doing.
I'm not buying it. I'm not
buying it either.
We're not buying the Thunder.
No.
Fuck no.
We're not buying building your team the right way.
Good luck.
Good luck building the right way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. I'll take it, and I'll take a Chet Holmgren, and I'll take a Josh Giddey and a Jalen Williams. And
so, what are the odds for Chet to win Rookie of the Year?
He's plus 425 right now. Victor Wembanyama is minus 350.
There you go.
You already know. What are
we
talking about?
Bro. Of course, he's the front runner. Like, come on, dog. Of course, he's the front runner. But I'm telling you,
that's an actual rookie. Because an actual rookie.
No, Chet's an actual rookie too, bro. What qualifies you as a rookie makes Chet a rookie, okay? I don't make the rules. Chet doesn't make the rules either.
Wembanyama is on the way to being the face of the NBA when LeBron leaves. Not Chet. Chet is not even.
We don't know that. We don't know that, all right? The face of the NBA will crown itself, all right?
Bro.
And there's been times in the past where they want to crown people who ain't it. We've seen it happen. I'm not going to drop no names, but we've seen it happen, bro. We don't know, and should he? Yes, bro.
Bro, you can't name like Chet Holmgren. It's an unmarketable name. He doesn't even have a cool name.
Wembanyama's get out of here, bro. It's as marketable as Wembanyama. Okay,
Victor Wembanyama. It comes out.
I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. That shit is not marketable until you're 7'5". All right, it becomes marketable when you're 7'5". Okay. When you're 7'5", you can shoot from half court. Any name's marketable. Could have been named.
It's Victor.
It's Big Wemby. Should I trade Saquon for Pollard?
Let's get it. It's that time of the show. It is one of my favorite times of the show, man.
I'll trade for Saquon just because the offense is gonna run through Saquon more often than none. They're gonna feed Saquon a lot more. I'll take that. When the fuck was the last time Pollard scored a touchdown? Since week 1, right?
Not
only that, bro. Pollard looks like the increased workload has worn him down a lot sooner this season than expected. I'm not saying he can't handle that workload moving forward, but I'm not sure that he's ready for it.
I think they get the math wrong with some of these running backs, man. Like, you say Pollard is too small to carry the load. So I think they naturally get in the weight room and get stronger, which slows them down. I don't think the wear and tear slowing them down. We only halfway through the season, but I think the burden of feeling like I need to get stronger to carry the load, now you've lost a little bit of explosiveness. But then the trade-off is if they got stats say if you under a certain weight at running back, injury risk goes up. So I think that's part of Pollard's problem. Like, bro, you shouldn't have changed anything from last year. You didn't need to be tough downhill between the tackles. This game is about being open and playing in space now. I absolutely, if you have Saquon, trade him for Pollard. No. If you got Pollard, trade him for Saquon. Saquon is definitely.
Yeah, agreed. Get Saquon.
I would say
no, but he's asking if you should trade for Saquon or Pollard. Trade for
Saquon.
He's
saying should I trade for Saquon or Pollard? Trade for Saquon. Bro.
Yeah,
and reason being, but they're both. I will say this, bro. This stage, I only like trading away running backs. Okay, I don't like trading for running backs this deep into the season. That's just me, bro. By this time,
listen to him. He started the show saying, "Oh, he's booty cheeks. He's been seeing a bunch of L's. Don't listen to the good mister. He is wrong right now. In the leagues where running backs are few in between, and you need them." Because they're all hurt, you trade for Saquon Barkley. Because right now,
no, listen, bro.
Receivers
right now,
a dime a dozen.
What you do right now, bro, is you play the hell out of that waiver wire. You trade for you trade for a some low hanging fruit at running back. You can pile as many.
And you're not trading for Pollard because he has, like I said, he hasn't scored a touchdown since week 1 against the Giants. That's a drought.
I wouldn't trade for either of those dudes.
You trade for Saquon because the last 2 weeks without a running back, he's averaging over 14 points, and that's at least a second RB or at least a flex.
You gotta be stopped,
get
B.
that. What?
I said B got to be stopped, man.
Trade for Spice. Ooh, what the fuck? What's wrong with your boy? I knew musicians were spicy people, but damn, musicians got to be more spicy people on our chat. What is wrong with him?
That's crazy, saucy Santana.
Hey, thank you, B. That's a perfect example of Kawhi was supposed to be the face of the NBA. That nigga disappeared.
Yo, if people are looking for trades
They're
right
like,
now,
no, we gonna get that face to Kawhi. That man said, peace.
T, are you getting any offers for trade for T Higgins right now? Because he's gonna be hot.
No.
If anything, if you could trade low, you know who's right now my options from the Bengals you could trade low for, or if you're trying to trade and get a much for him is Chase, because Chase is dealing with a back injury. T Higgins is not going to be that guy in the offense. T Higgins move as much as Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is looking healthy, so that offense. You saw this week what he gave up, like 19 points in fantasy.
Yeah,
that's a good point about T Higgins. He's way more tied to Joe Burrow's health than Jamar Chase's.
Exactly my point. And Joe Burrow's healthy now.
It took Chase to go down for all that to happen. Also, it's a contract year for Higgins, so I'm still expecting him to take off. You know what I'm saying? I'm expecting Pickens to break out too, but now that I've seen the antics, I don't know what Tomlin does with that. So not to circle it back, but yeah, T Higgins should take the leap with Chase in that bad back.
And if you could trade for Joe Mixon, that's another back that's worth trading for right now, because he has no competition. His quarterback does not run the ball, and his backup is only used like every other third down at best.
Mixon. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from running backs myself, but yeah, if you could, Mixon's not a bad one. If you can get him, not give him too much. Shoot.
Trade for CeeDee Lamb right now too. You can trade for but you're gonna pay high. It's one of those where you're gonna pay high for.
Yeah, hey, if one waiver wire pickup I got for people, man, I picked him up last week, and he actually won me one of my leagues. Jake Ferguson from the Cowboys, man, is a must-add right now at tight end.
Oh, the tight end, yes. Well, the other tight end for the Saints, Mr. Hill, is back, throwing the ball all kind of crazy. Yeah, man, he won me my league. He won me in the game.
Bro, I swear, tight end is the second most important position in fantasy football. I swear, dog. It's the biggest outlier position. Like the difference between like the first tight end and the 30th tight end is such a wide difference. It's so much bigger of a difference between the first running back and the 30th running back and the first wide receiver and the 30th wide receiver.
I don't think you can say that this year.
Bro, you can say that every year, dog.
No, you can't. Like,
okay,
tight ends.
Okay. No, listen. You do this.
In the last
you
4 weeks. Right? Let's look at the last 4 weeks.
Listen, G.
Tight ends are catching up to Travis Kelce.
G, you're not listening, bro.
Fantasy.
Look at the first tight end's stats. Then look at the 30th ranked tight end stats. They're nowhere near each other, bro. They're so far away from each other that you couldn't even compare the two. But if you look at the first wide receiver stats, you look at the 30th wide receiver stats, are they far away? Of course, but they are a lot closer, bro. Tight ends, dog, that is a position that I feel like has won me a lot of leagues, because if you have a tight end that's producing within, I'd even say the top 10, like it sets your team. You already have, and that, remember, that's the only spot where like you're only playing one in just about every league. You're only playing one, and you have to play one, right? It's almost like it's like a chess piece that, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the chess piece that there's only one, not necessarily like a queen, but almost like a queen on the chessboard, because it's only one, bro. Whenever there's only one, it's like you got to value that, yo. And I feel like people don't be valuing that. And that's one of those positions I'm always on the waiver wire for. I'm always trying to find that next one, that next guy. And I would suggest that at week 9 of the fantasy football season, lock your tight end in right now. Make sure you have one that's getting you 10 to 12 points every game. And if you don't, that's the trade your ass need to make in the top 10 tight end.
So, Mike, no, Evan Ingram will be that kind of tight end because he doesn't catch touchdowns, but he'll get you receptions and yardage.
I think the most important thing you said there is that there's one position spot, right? So if you miss on a receiver, you probably got another receiver that might can make a difference. Bad running back day, you might got another running back.
You got 20 of them. You got 20 of them you can make.
Bro, that tight end spot, you might have 2 tight ends on your roster, and both of them terrible. Like, so if you got a Kelsey, what's my man in Baltimore? Mark Adams, what's his name?
Andrews.
Yeah, Mark Andrews.
There we go. Who else lighting it up? Jonnu Smith lately. Like, if you got one of the guys that are producers and main targeted guys on their team, like, that's a good 5 to 10 point advantage over whoever you're playing against.
100%. 100%, bro.
It's hard because I like to look at the last 4 weeks for me when it comes to tight end this part of the year. Because like I said, Tyson Hill, he's going off right now for the Saints. You got the rookie in Detroit. He's another stud right there. He's not too much touchdown dependent. And then you also got, like what you said right now, the tight end for Dallas, another stud. Then you got the guys, the kid from Buffalo, the rookie. He's been Josh Allen little blanket as of late. He might not get you touchdowns, but he's getting you the receptions and yardage. You see, I'm naming tight ends you can find. And you got the kid from the Browns. What's his name? Knotts. Another. He's giving you averaging around 12
I'll tell you
points.
who's been the best tight end over the last 3 weeks. The best tight end over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know if it'll continue, but I would trade for him right now if I were you and I didn't have a tight end. Jonnu Smith from the Falcons, bro. Jonnu Smith from the Falcons been balling, bro. About 4 weeks straight. He became Ritter's number 1 option. Heineke came in and was still rocking with him, bro.
Bro,
yeah, this is a great comparison. Hey, good look, B. Look at this. 597 and 4 tuds, 128 0 tuds, bro. It gets ugly for tight ends, bro. At the bottom,
but no one's looking at Harper.
Now, I will say this because there's only one tight end, right? Hypothetically, there's only 10 teams in a 10 to 12 teams in a fantasy football league, so there should be about 20 tight ends for you to choose from that can do some damage, right? If you're smart, you probably got 2, maybe 3 tight ends on your team already. Another guy I throw out there besides Jonnu Smith that I would take a look at is Cade Otton if you don't have a tight end. Cade Otton is from the Buccaneers, and one thing that Baker Mayfield has proven over his time in the NFL is that he does like the tight ends. He likes to throw the tight ends. And big targets, and Cade Otton's both of those. So that's another guy I'd keep an eye on. But right now, Ferguson, Jonnu Smith, make those priorities. Get your tight. Don't go into them playoffs with Logan Thomas. Don't try to go into the fantasy football playoffs with I don't know, name that Jag boy, name that Luke Musgrave or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Cole Kmet.
Don't Cole Kmet. He's on the line of like. You almost did something good there, but don't go in there with Darnold Parham.
Nah, yeah.
No offense.
If you're hurting that quarterback, who would you guys say go right now? If you're able to pick up CJ Stroud, Mr. Baller of the Week.
No, if you're hurting back, go get Brock Purdy right now. I promise you. The guy throws 2 touchdowns almost every time he takes the field. He had a bad 3-game stretch, but if he gives you the same numbers on the back end of the season, yeah, you're gonna be in a good spot. Like, he's gonna have to throw. Guys know they're trying to get McCaffrey records. They're gonna force you not to run the ball. He's throwing interceptions. They're gonna force Purdy to throw even more. I think with the noise that's around his name, I think you can get him for really, really cheap.
Or in the waiver wires.
Yeah, If he's on the waiver wire, even better. I picked up Kyler Murray in all my leagues. If Kyler Murray's still out there, go grab Kyler. I'm pretty sure he's probably anxious to prove that he can still play. So
I like that. Yeah, Kyler Murray. I'm hyped for him in my dynasty league coming back. But if I needed a quarterback, yeah, Kyler would be on my top list. Trade market for a quarterback. Yo, if you want to take that flyer of all flyers and you got someone low on your depth on your roster that you can trade in a pinch, that's not that important to your team, a running back, your third or fourth running back, your fourth or fifth receiver on your team, Aaron Rodgers, I take a flyer on him. Maybe he's a free agent, but I think that man gonna come back. And if that the last thing AFC East wants to see is Aaron Rodgers tossing the pill to Garrett Wilson. All right, that's the last thing anybody in the AFC East
not
wants
with
to
that offensive line. He ain't coming back.
Aaron Rodgers will
We'll see.
not
He ain't coming back.
videos where he's not putting any amount of pressure on that left Achilles. I think it's the left one. No, he won't be back. In fact, the last video I seen him throwing, he had on some shoes I never even seen before. So I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is an alien because I'm not sure what planet those shoes came from, but I don't expect him to be back. Like,
Yeah, me neither.
he's put on a good show. He's selling tickets, you know what I'm saying? He out there spinning it, throwing the ball downfield. You never see him running. You never see him cut. You never see him jog. Like, every video I see, he do the same robotic motion. I'm not buying it, bro. I'm not buying it. Like,
Exactly.
bro.
But that offensive line's gonna get him smacked and they're gonna just rip his leg underneath him. He ain't coming
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm a quarterback guru, but I watch quarterbacks throw a lot now, just by the nature of being a parent. And he's not right. Of course, he's not right, and I don't think he will be right. If he does make a comeback, he's going to be who's a statue in the pocket, man. It's been plenty of them, but he's going to be a statue in the pocket. Big Ben.
A-Rod, you hear these boys? A-Rod.
Hey,
A-Rod, you hear these boys?
A-Rod, let me tell you something, bro. That ayahuasca, your Achilles gonna fall off the bone, bro. That thing is gonna be like the meat that be in the collard greens on Thanksgiving. Bro, do not risk it. That's not how you want to end your career, bro.
Definitely don't. Don't
Yo,
do that.
I don't think anybody really truly knows what that mystery meat in the collard greens is. And if you do know, I don't want to know. All right, keep that a mystery, man. But whatever it is, they be putting them collard greens.
I know that fork hit it. That joint started disintegrating, like right on the fork. Like it started breaking into pieces.
That's definitely a food mystery, man. There's a few food mysteries out there that are just like, yo, why? Like, have you ever put hella spinach in that pan? Well, I don't care how much spinach you put in the pan, bro. Raw spinach, bro.
Well, that thing gonna shrink.
It's gonna turn into this. I don't care how much you put in there, bro. I don't care what you do, dog. You put 3 packs in there, it's gonna turn into nothing.
I got a question for you, gentlemen. Will you trade for Justin Jefferson right now?
No, not me.
You wouldn't take a gamble on that?
Not me.
I would, but it would have to be a player that I got from the way. So I got this rule that I trade. I'm a lot quicker to trade players I got from the waivers, no matter how good they are, because I view them as like bonus buys. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't supposed to have this shit anyway. You know what I mean?
House money, yeah.
House money, right? Or I'll do that with like a player like I traded away Jonathan Taylor in my money league, one of my big money leagues, because I drafted him in the 7th, 8th round. Somebody offered me Travis Kelce for him in a little package. Jumped all over that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I did have to trade away Drake London as well. But I didn't get Travis Kelce for Jonathan Taylor and Drake London. But like, I would trade a chain for him though. If someone wanted, I got Devin a chain right now, and I picked him up in off the waivers. If somebody wanted to give me Jefferson for a chain, and maybe I'd throw in an extra receiver, I'd pull the trigger on that. So I would be careful with trading for Justin Jefferson. I would make it a low risk trade, man, because I'm scared of that injury. I'm also scared of Kirk Cousins being gone too. All right, that's my number one fear. Is now it's Josh Dobbs, and not that I like Dobbs. I like what he's shown, but you know the volume that Jefferson was getting is only coming from Kirk Cousins, bro.
Yeah, because that volume went straight to Addison. So now you got a whole new guy in there that I don't. He's gonna throw to whoever's open. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever he sees.
Yeah.
While he's running for his life.
Yep.
He back there scrambling. He see an open man. Yeah, that's why I like Dobbs, though. You know what I'm saying? He ain't playing favorites out there.
Nah, he just trying to do his job and win a game. I respect it though.
Top tier game manager, which is not a bad thing. Being a game manager make you millions of dollars.
When you trade for Brandon Ayuk right now, the fact that he has been having the last 3 weeks been really
No. That ball,
bro.
that rock is going to go to Debo, bro.
But Debo hurt too, right?
Debo's coming back.
He's
Prince
coming
back. I think if I'm Kyle, we obviously have problems on both sides of the ball, but Kyle's the offensive guy. You got to fix the offense, and I don't care what you say, bro. When Debo gets a certain amount of touches, the offense just looks better. Like I don't care if it's slants, a deep ball. I don't care if you handed it to him. Like when the ball goes to Debo, that offense looks way more. I think the offense looked better when it's going to Debo than it do McCaffrey. To be honest with you, so Ayuk's good, but
it's just the offense is just going to look better in general if Debo plays, bro.
Yeah,
because, like he makes defenses ask themselves so many questions before the play starts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And that's what the ultimate football player does, bro. Like, if you got to ask yourself a question before, like, damn, is this dude about to run or is he about to go out for a pass? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's y'all's key, bro, because y'all got Debo and y'all got Kittle, bro. And every time Debo comes out, I have to ask myself, is he about to run or is he about to go for a pass? And every time Kittle comes out, I have to ask myself, is he about to block or is he about to go for a pass? Make sure y'all tough.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's Thursday night. The defense to pick, the Colts. If you're hurting on defense and you're a streamer kind of guy, pick up the Colts because we all know Mac Jones is defense friendly. He's gonna throw up a couple He's gonna throw a couple defensive balls, and the Colts are gonna try to run them shits back. Last week they had two interception scores. Yeah,
I like extreme defenses myself, so that's definitely a way to do it, man. Turnover prone quarterbacks will feed your defense. So even if their team manages to score, a guy like Mac Jones is going to give you the ball once or twice. So and
the Raiders. Those two defenses, you could pick them up in the waiver wire. The Raiders got the Jets on Monday night. It's Sunday night, and then the Colts got the Patriots on Thursday night.
All right, well, y'all heard it here first, man. Remember, if you use our advice, you got to give us a cut of any of your winnings. That is the rule here. Gas presents Sports for the Culture, man. Hey, good work tonight, fellas. Good show. Very informative. I hope people use some of our advice and get back to us. Let us know how it's going for you. Y'all know how we end each and every episode. Sports for the Culture.
Sports for the Culture.
Eagles eat dick.